Week 2 is over of the KMEA marching band season. So, like last time, let's go over the results, and then I will go over my predictions for Week 3. Alright, so first off, this isn't going to be too terribly of a long video. I mean, going over the results will be the longest part of the video, but as far as the predictions part goes, won't be long at all because next week there is only 4 competitions, so short videos, so that may excite you, that may bore you, but I figured I'd go ahead and point that out now. Like before, we will start from the top of the competitions all the way to the bottom of the competitions as they are listed in the KY Band website. So, Boyle County, where I was at. We'll go over the results, just like last time, from bottom to top, and we'll move on. Alright, so Boyle County in 11th place with a score of 54.3, we have Casey County. In 10th place with a score of 58.95, we have East Jessamine. In 9th place with a score of 60.9, Marion County. Shout out to Marion County, by the way. I did a short video during that day. They had like a little snare drum showdown, and it was pretty good. Fun show. So shout out to Marion County. Moving on. In 8th place with a score of 61.15, Corbin. In 7th place with a score of 64.1, Christian Academy of Louisville. In 6th place with a score of 72.1, Lee County. Extra shout out to Lee County too. For such a small band, they've got a very fun and entertaining show. Yeah, they're really good. I want to do a reaction to them at least before this weekend. If I don't get to it this week, I'll try to next week. But yeah, shout out to them. They have a really fun show. Moving on, in 5th place with a score of 72.9, we have Garrett County. In 4th place with a score of 75.55, Mercer County. In 3rd place with a score of 76.95, Harrison County. In 2nd place with a score of 77.05, Madison Southern. And in 1st place, and winning all captions, with a score of 78.3, Estill County, which is who I predicted winning the competition. Now, I don't normally do this, but I'm going to talk about it now because I was there in person. Like I said in my predictions for Boyle County, I said that it was possible that results were going to be different from prelims onto finals, and that's exactly how it went down too. In prelims, Harrison County was actually first, and Estill County was second. So results drastically changed because Harrison County went from first in prelims to third in finals. Just goes to show you how tight it was here. Those top 4, they were all the real deal there. So shout out to them. Extra shout out to Harrison County, my band. It's been a long time since they've been first at a round in a KMEA competition at all. The last time that was the case was in 2018, and that was at the Moorhead Blue and Gold competition. A little bit of trivia for all you Harrison County people that may be watching, or anybody that's just watching this video in general. It's been a long time, so extra shout out to them. Very proud of them for that. Alright, Boyle County is over. Let's move on to Christian County. Christian County's last time hosting a competition before they merged with Hopkinsville. So, part of me wishes that I attended this contest because, well, it's the last time they're hosting as that school by itself. So, but anyways, moving on. 12th place with a score of 55.3, Ballard Memorial. In 11th place with a score of 57.7, Webster County. In 10th place with a score of 59.6, Mayfield. They had a massive penalty. I believe it was almost 5 points. So, I don't exactly know what went wrong. I think they may have had some sort of electronics issue and they restarted after they noticed the error. I don't know. Someone from Mayfield can let me know down below. I didn't get all the exact details, but I know there was a massive penalty for Mayfield, so that's the reason why they're so low. Anyways, In 9th place with a score of 60.65, we had Caldwell County. In 8th place with a score of 62.3, McLean County. In 7th place with a score of 63.25, Trigg County. In 6th place with a score of 68.55, Franklin Simpson. In 5th place with a score of 69.9, Callaway County. In 4th place with a score of 71.2, Hopkinsville. In 3rd place with a score of 73.5, Madisonville North Hopkins. In 2nd place with a score of 73.7, Davies County. And in 1st place, and winning all the captions with a score of 76.05, Murray High School. Moving on to Hart County. In 8th place with a score of 47.3, Pleasure Ridge Park. In 7th place with a score of 58.15, Glasgow. In 6th place with a score of 59.3, I am probably going to butcher the name of this school, so I do apologize. McGavick High School. Someone in the comments can let me know below if I mispronounced that name. But anyways, they were in 6th place. In 5th place with a score of 61.6, Edmondson County. In 4th place with a score of 61.95, Owensboro Catholic. In 3rd place with a score of 62.6, Campbellsville. In 2nd place with a score of 73.5, Grayson County. And in 1st place, and winning all of the captions, with a score of 76.25, Taylor County. Moving on to 5A East Regional, aka the Lafayette competition. I wish I was here as well. See that Lafayette, Christian County, there was quite a few contests to choose from. Y'all know why I went to Boyle, because Harrison was going there. But anyways, I'm aside from the point. This was a really good competition. Let's go over the results. In 10th place with a score of 55.2, Rowan County. In 9th place with a score of 58.3, Russell Independent. In 8th place with a score of 62.7, Woodford County. In 7th place with a score of 65.25, Anderson County. In 6th place with a score of 68.8, Paul Lawrence Dunbar. In 5th place with a score of 71.1, George Rogers Clark. In 4th place with a score of 71.3, Henry Clay. Not a big gap between 4th and 5th. Moving on. In 3rd place with a score of 73.05, Madison Central. In 2nd place with a score of 75.6, Beechwood. And in 1st place and winning all the captions with a score of 77.15, Larry A. Ryle. Interestingly enough, I got my top three right when I was predicting Lafayette. Feel a little bit proud about that because I was not so confident. That aside, congratulations to all of these bands. It really gives us a layout for how 5A could potentially be by semifinals. Very nice competition. All right, moving on to Larue County. In 8th place with a score of 51.6, Valley. In 7th place with a score of 53.8, Cumberland County. In 6th place with a score of 60.05, Breckenridge County. In 5th place with a score of 61.1, Greene County. In 4th place with a score of 68.25 and taking the general effects caption, Allen County, Scottsville. In 3rd place with a score of 68.75 and tying for the visual caption, Elizabethtown. In 2nd place with a score of 68.8 and tying for the visual caption, Adair County. And in 1st place with a score of 70.1 and winning the music caption and tying for the visual caption, North Hardin. Interestingly enough, you heard all those ties, right? It was a flippin' three-way tie for visual, man. What? What was that? Anyways, I'm aside from the point that was really hilarious. Flipping three-way tie for visual. Ka-chow! Alright. Moving on to Pulaski County. In 10th place with a score of 51.65, Owen County. In 9th place with a score of 53.25, Harlan. In 8th place with a score of 55.8, North Laurel. In 7th place with a score of 58.5, Wayne County. In 6th place with a score of 60.1, Paris. In 5th place with a score of 61.95, Somerset. In 4th place with a score of 64.2, South Laurel. In 3rd place with a score of 66.2, Southwestern. In 2nd place with a score of 71.2, Washington County. And our grand champions with 1st place winning all of the captions with a score of 75.6, Bourbon County. And moving on to our last competition, which I was unsure of whenever I predicted these results. I ended up being wrong, which was no surprise whenever it came to predicting Russellville, excuse me. But anyways, aside from the point, let's go over the results. There were 4 competing groups. In 4th place with a score of 54.95, Dawson Springs. In 3rd place with a score of 59.15, Butler County. In 2nd place with a score of 62.9, Logan County. And in 1st place, and winning all of the captions, with a score of 64.8, Greenwood. That is the results of all of the KMEA competitions that were hosted during Week 2. So, as I mentioned before, there are 4 competitions occurring for Week 3. Let's go over each of these and what I believe will be the top 3 for each of these competitions. Starting with Bourbon County. In 3rd place, I am a bit 50-50 on this. This could be one of 2 groups, but I am going with my gut, and I'm kind of reflecting off of past results to kind of get this prediction for 3rd place. I'm going to be going with Harrison County. Harrison County, they were much cleaner at Boyle County. I know where they ended up placing at finals, but it was a huge difference from Paul Lawrence Dunbar to that Boyle County competition. They were cleaner. Now, obviously, they still got dirt. Inside information tells me that they will have their ballot on by Bourbon County, so that could help them. Or if that ballot is a little bit dirty because it's new, it could be a little bit 50-50. I don't know. I think they are clean enough to where right now, trusting my gut, I feel like putting them 3rd. The other group that I feel like could be 3rd is Dunbar. I have not seen them since their host competition, though, so it's kind of hard to get a gauge on them. I know from last year, Dunbar didn't exactly start off strong, but by the end of the season, they really picked up the gas, and I feel like that will be the case for Dunbar this year. Aside from the point, I really don't know. I'll go with confidence for the word. I'm more confident in Harrison County getting 3rd than I am Dunbar, but if Dunbar somehow manages to get 3rd, I will not be surprised. But at the end of the day, I'm just going with my gun on this one. Anyways, moving on. In 2nd place, I'm going with Estill County. Estill County, really clean, knows what they're doing, really well executed. Them and Beechwood, man, they really know how to excel at these small band type shows. They're good. They're good. Estill County was good at Boyle County finals. Whenever I saw them at Boyle County, I told my friend, I was like, yeah, I think Estill County is going to win for finals that night. And ended up happening. Estill County won, and well-deserved too. They were really clean. And that is why I'm predicting them for 2nd place here. And in 1st place, I'm going to go with Campbell County, who has a really well done show. I'm looking forward to seeing this live for the first time. really close to my area. Bourbon County's not far away from Harrison County, obviously. Really excited to see Campbell County. I don't know if Campbell County will sweep all the captions. I'll believe it if it happens, but it is possible that Estill County could take a visual caption or something. It's not outrageous, but we'll see. Top 3 wise, I feel like that's going to be your top 3. Probably for both rounds. Maybe you'll get a little bit of a flip-flop in that 3rd place. We'll see how it goes. More confident that will probably be your top 3 for both rounds, but we'll see. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Moving on to Daviess County. In 3rd, I'm going to go with Hancock County. In 2nd, I'm going with Owensboro. And in 1st, I'm going with Christian County. I think I'm pretty well certain that will be your top 3 for Daviess County. I'm pretty confident in that regard. Anyways, moving on to Garrett County. Not as confident in this prediction than I am the other 2, but I'm going to go ahead and give them out there anyway. In 3rd, I'm going to go with Madison Southern. 2nd, I am going with Anderson County. And in 1st, I am going to go with George Rogers Clark. Like I said, not hugely confident in these predictions. There could be some flip-flops here and there. But that's who I'm going to go with. Trusting my gut on that one. We'll see how it goes. It looks like it's going to be a really, really good competition. So whoever's going down there to watch, you're in for a treat. All right, and moving on to the last competition of the day, Logan County. 3rd and never mind. I think these will be your top 3. There may be a flip flop, but I think this will be your top 3. 3rd place, going with Allen County, Scottsville. In 2nd, I'm going to go with South Warren. And in 1st, Hopkinsville. I think Hopkinsville has this competition handled. I think they're pretty safe for 1st. I don't know if they will take all of the captions. Maybe they'll lose one. But I think that will be your top 3. But we'll see how it goes. Anyways, guys, that's all I've got for this week 3 video. I will probably do a reaction or 2 before the week ends. Don't know who I will do yet. I will pick and choose, and honestly, it just depends on how tired I am whenever I get back from work, because I get out of work at 11, so when I get home, I just want to sleep. If you are going to Bourbon County, I will see you there. I look forward to watching that competition. You all will know where to find me. Center of the stands, all the way in the back, giant tripod, got my BOA jersey on. Won't be hard to miss. So if you want to say hi, say hi. I understand that there are a few BOA regionals that are occurring during this week too. We've got let me look at the Bands of America schedule. Bands of America. We got a couple of regionals. For those of you who are a fan of Texas, we do have Texas regionals occurring. We got the Austin Regional in Austin, Texas. And then there is another one too. The South Texas Regional at McAllen. Wait, did I skip ahead? Nope. Nope, I did not. I did not. So we got those 2 regionals. I believe that is all as far as Texas goes. But yep, 2 Texas regionals. So if you are a Texas fan, get on to Box 5 and watch those. Texas Bands, man, is where it is at. You get a first-hand look at some of the bands who are going to the San Antonio Regional, which I will be there. Cannot wait to fly back down! But anyways, guys, that's all I've got. I will see you all around next week, or for the reaction I will post. You all know. See y'all for next video. Good luck to the bands competing in week 3. And yeah, that's really all I've got. Keep rehearsing hard. See you around.